coronavirus cases had finally started to decline. But now, after a decline in the summer, the US is experiencing yet another uptick in new COVID-19 cases with a 13% increase last week alone. Let me give you some of these numbers. So new daily cases averaged about 39,700 over a week as of Thursday. That average has risen the past few days to 13% higher than the week before, and that's according to data from Johns Hopkins University. This comes after weeks of decline from a summer surge. It's well below the summer peak average of 67,300 on July 22nd. So that was the peak. Following that, the numbers started to finally decrease, and then as of last week, we experienced another unfortunate 13% uptick in new coronavirus cases. And this is something to be concerned about because we're about to enter flu season. So hospitals are very much concerned that they're gonna be slammed with regular seasonal flu patients on top of coronavirus patients. This is why it's so important for people to just wear a mask. Just wear your mask. Just wear the mask. Okay, just do it. Why is this so difficult? And by the way, I mean, we're not gonna shut down again. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing. But in the very least, like minor actions you can take on a personal level, just take them because again, like we don't have enough hospital beds, we don't have enough doctors. Our hospitals are not equipped to deal with a giant influx of flu patients and coronavirus patients. So just be considerate of other people, be considerate about your own health. Anyway, I'm now rambling, Nando, but why don't you jump in?
Did you see that lady? It was like in a Utah news report that was like, when George Floyd said, "I can't breathe," they killed, like, everyone was up in arms, and now we say we can't breathe, and they make us wear a mask. But I mean, the mask thing is so important because we're gonna get no help from the government, like no help from the political class at all. Like, I mean, just last week the French legislature passed an 84% furlough payroll like guarantee that like for all employees that were furloughed, they're gonna get 84% of their paycheck to encourage people to like continue the lockdown while they can deal with the coronavirus pandemic. Here, we're gonna get no help. Like people are gonna have to go to work. People are gonna have to make a living somehow. There's no like relief in terms of foreclosures, evictions, all that's going away. They're even like gonna start shutting off people's heating and power and all that stuff because they can't pay the bills. None of the help is coming, at least for the foreseeable future. So it's really on us, unfortunately, because the system is not gonna help you. So the mask really is just the thing that can save us the most, or at least keep us kind of stitched together in some small way.
No. We're in America. Don't say stitched together. Do not say stitched together. That'll dissuade people from wearing masks. We live in the United States. No, you have to speak a language that people are more responsive to, I guess. Okay, so hospital bills are very expensive. If you end up getting hospitalized from COVID, you might find yourself in financial ruin because we live in the United States. Please wear a mask. Please. Right? Like, yeah. Like frame it in a way. By the way, what I just said is absolutely true. Articles are starting to be written by specific people. They're profiling coronavirus patients who had to be hospitalized. Luckily, they recovered, but they're being slammed with medical bills, which, to your point, Nando, they're not gonna get any help paying for those bills. They're terrified. They don't know what they're gonna do about it. Some people might have to file for bankruptcy. So, I get it. Look, I hate wearing a mask. I hate it. I hate that I have to like remember it. I think that it is uncomfortable, right? And I don't like the way it feels on my face. But guess what? Yes, I'm very much concerned about other people, not just myself. But if I was just some narcissistic, self-absorbed a-hole, then in that case, I would be worried about the medical bills that come along with a hospital stay due to coronavirus. And just to kind of juxtapose the United States to other countries, Israel is also experiencing an uptick in coronavirus. And Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who is also a right winger, is like, we're shutting down. We're shutting down immediately. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. There was a small protest about it, didn't care. He's like, no, we gotta shut down. We gotta keep people safe. And so he's implementing a 3-week shutdown. The 3-week lockdown will begin 2 p.m. today, closing many businesses and limiting public gatherings. The move comes just hours before the beginning of the Jewish high holidays, when people usually attend religious services and gather with family and friends. Under the order, people must remain within 1 kilometer from their home, except for when shopping for food and medicine, attending protests. So he's like, all right, you guys don't like this, you want to protest, go ahead. He's allowing the protests to happen and going to work. So I'm not saying this because I think like Benjamin Netanyahu is such a great leader. I'm saying it because compare these two right-wing leaders. One of them is a doofus who only cares about the stock market. The other one, luckily is willing to do what it takes to keep his people safe. So any final thoughts before we have to go, Nando?
And it's just like we don't even know the half of this disease. Like it could have long-term effects. We have no idea. So I'm not taking any chances. Like I don't know. I find it crazy that people would take chances with it. Like who knows what this thing does?
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.